Hi everyone, Kaitlin here. Thanks for watching another episode of Baldwin Breakdowns. And this week the topic on deck is attachment styles. So for a lot of this video, I'm going to be pulling information from this book called Attached. It's by Dr. Amir Levine and Rachel Heller. It's something that I have like 3 copies of, and I think I've mailed this book to about 5 of my friends in the last couple years. I think it is very helpful in understanding this kind of huge amount of research and literature around attachment and attachment theory, and kind of distilling it in a way that makes sense for us to understand in our adult relationships. So in this, there are a few different kind of branches of theory around attachment styles. Some of them kind of suggest only 3, or at least focus primarily on 3. Some of them include a 4th, which is a mixture of 2 of the styles. So I'm going to try and kind of stick to the basic 3 model initially, and then if there's time before the end of this video, I'll kind of explain what that 4th style might look like. But just to introduce attachment in general, the idea and this theory, when it was kind of initially developed in the late 80s, early 90s by John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth, is that the way that we were raised, and specifically, kind of by our parents or by our caregivers, can have a huge impact on how we relate to others in our adult relationships. And so what the research has kind of come to in recent years is that it is not just about our childhood experiences, but our experiences across the lifespan can impact this level of attachment that we have. And it can impact how we perceive our value and our worth in relationships, and it impacts how we relate to our partners in various situations. So the first style that I'm going to talk about is the insecure or anxious attachment style. So these are the people that are going to be very focused on intimacy and closeness. They might, very highly favor physical touch and spending a lot of time together. They're often going to be very preoccupied with the relationship, so they'll think about it often. And they're also very sensitive to changes in their partner's mood. And what this will often contribute to is kind of this hyper alertness to or hypersensitivity to how your partner is feeling, which can sometimes contribute to you thinking that they're upset with you, or that they're mad with you, or maybe that they have lost interest in you. And so that kind of feeds into this preoccupation and the fixation on the relationship and how the relationship is going. The second style is avoidant, and kind of coming back to my point about the theories that have 4 attachment styles, this would be labeled as kind of dismissive avoidant. So avoidant people typically prioritize self-sufficiency and independence. So they're going to be less on the closeness side of things, less on the spending all their time together, but they're going to really focus on being an independent, being an individual, and that will sometimes mean that they actually pull away from moments that are vulnerable, from moments where they might lean on or have to be leaned on by their partner. And they're also going to be kind of watchful for any signs of control or dependence from their partner. And if they see any of those signs, they're going to pull away even further. So in a fight or an argument, an avoidant person might kind of walk away from the situation. They might shut down or dismiss it because they're not really open to communicating about their needs, their wants, nor are they as receptive to their partner's needs or wants. And then the third style is secure. So this would kind of be the ideal, healthy medium, because it really balances kind of the needs and the comfort level with closeness and intimacy and spending time together, as well as alone time and independence. So it's not a preoccupation as it is with anxiously attached people, and it's not this kind of complete dismissal from avoidant people, but it's that healthy balance where you're comfortable with each and you feel secure in your place in the relationship, even if you don't spend as much time together, or even if you spend a lot of time together. Secure people can also kind of clearly communicate their needs and wants in the relationship, and they're comfortable kind of hearing that or receiving that information from their partners. So they're not going to be overly sensitive as anxious people are, but they will, be receptive to things that their partner asks of them. And ultimately, they're able to both lean on their partner and be leaned on by their partner in return. And so the fourth style I'll just mention quickly is kind of a combination of the anxious and avoidant. And so in different theories, this is sometimes called disorganized attachment, or it might be called fearful avoidant attachment. And this is a much smaller percentage of people. I don't know the exact kind of stat, but it it looks kind of very contradictory, because there might be some days where you look um, you look like you fit into that anxious style where there's a lot of preoccupation, you might want a lot of closeness, a lot of intimacy, and then the next day you might be pulling away. And this kind of largely comes with not knowing and not trusting their comfort level to be um, open and honest in the relationship. And so there's kind of this fear of showing too much, showing too little. So there ends up being a back and forth between kind of those two styles. So that's attachment theory and attachment styles in a quick breakdown. And I hope to catch you guys next week on another episode. Bye.